Hello, this is Capital Luxury. Welcome to this channel. Keep watching if you want to hear more. For a significant period, Rolex timepieces have transcended their primary function as mere timekeeping devices, evolving into symbols of prestige and even valuable assets. The substantial increase in their secondary market prices has ignited debates about a potential bubble, a market driven more by speculation than inherent worth. However, recent discussions hint at a changing landscape, suggesting a shift in trend. In this video brought to you by Capital Luxury, we delve into the current state of the Rolex market, examining indicators that suggest a potential deflation of the bubble and contemplating the future prospects of this renowned brand. We also address inquiries related to Rolex watches. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, we encourage you to do so to stay informed about our upcoming videos. The market for Rolex watches remains active, regardless of its current state. Whether booming with waitlists and prices above retail or experiencing a downturn with discounts, Rolex continues to conduct business. However, certain individuals in the industry speculate about the bursting of the bubble or the end of certain trends. People purchase watches to wear, and the demand remains extraordinary. As for the use of titanium in Rolex watches in 2024, its extension beyond the Yachtmaster model remains uncertain. It's one of those timepieces that are incredibly challenging to acquire, raising concerns about their availability. Authorized dealers selling watches below their official price or tampering with them by removing the case-back act irresponsibly, invalidating warranties, especially for older models. Regarding the struggles of Rolex dealers in selling certain pieces, particularly in the car market, challenges persist, with gray market prices dropping while retail prices rise, leaving customers disenchanted due to poor experiences and financial losses. This mistreatment of clients is haunting dealerships, leading to potential discounts or middle deals to boost sales. Regarding sought-after Rolex models, the day-date range, especially in rose gold, may not be recommended unless it's a personal preference. Instead, exploring other models like the day-date Oyster range offers valuable alternatives. When it comes to servicing a Rolex, choosing Rolex certified service centers ensures authenticity and adds value, despite potentially higher costs compared to local service centers. It matters what a watch is worth, as having it serviced by Rolex enhances credibility and can be considered an investment. As for the 18-karat white gold blueberry model, its desirability depends on personal preference, but it's currently selling below its retail price, offering immense value. The market preferences between rose and yellow gold align with historical trends, with rose gold gaining popularity, particularly in certain regions. If choosing between a Rolex GMT and a Submariner, the latter remains our preference for its enduring appeal and versatility. Despite fluctuations in the market, Rolex watches retain a certain minimum value, ensuring buyers' continued interest regardless of economic conditions. Amid optimistic sentiments about the economy, luxury items like watches see increased consumer spending, fueling market frenzies, yet ensuring a stable floor regarding Rolex's monetary worth. After an exceptionally innovative early period, approximately from 1908 to the mid-1950s, Rolex settled into a yearly iterative pattern and swiftly rose to become the world's most cherished mass producer of watches. Rolex remained steadfast, never swaying with trends or chasing after the latest fads. Since the passing of its founder, Hans Wilsdorf, in 1960, the company has been remarkably slow to change, deeply dedicated to its heritage, and unwaveringly committed to its established designs. Except for a few unconventional releases from the dress watch department during the disco era, Rolex was always just Rolex. However, until recently, that seemed to change. Over the past few years, Rolex appeared to deviate from its traditional path. The day-date, a serious watch linked with multiple US presidents, transformed into a whimsical puzzle adorned with pastel colors, hippie messages, and emoticons. This departure from convention left many wondering about Rolex's sudden groovy transformation. Reminiscent of a time when my traditionally dressed father showed up in Levi's bootcut jeans and a shearling pilot's jacket, sparking questions about what was going on. Other instances of Rolex's departure from its usual self include the bubbly pastel Oyster Perpetual, the quirky left-handed GMT Master II Sprite, and the recently discontinued retro-styled Daytona Le Mans, which had the shortest production run of any recent Rolex model, practically becoming a limited edition at just under 10 months. Even the 2023 titanium Yachtmaster seemed to be a step too far, resulting in Rolex discontinuing the Yachtmaster II. All these actions were far from the norm for Rolex. Fortunately, in 2024, the confident, steady, and conservative Rolex, which never needed to vie for attention, seems to be back, or perhaps one could say back in slow motion. This year's releases hark back to the old Rolex. They may seem a bit mundane compared to recent offerings, but among all Swiss watch brands, Rolex doesn't need a hype watch. With Rolex returning to its roots, enthusiasts can once again appreciate the subtle iterations. It's a delight to see Rolex fans excited about minor changes like slightly narrower lugs on the Submariner or a minuscule movement upgrade in the Oyster Perpetual. The steel GMT Master II with its classic black and gray Cerachrom bezel and green accents epitomizes Rolex's return to normalcy. It's not flashy, it's not bewildering, and it's not prompting writers to make exaggerated claims. It's simply one of the finest tool watches available, offered in a timeless color scheme, with a touch of Rolex's signature green, a perfect representation of the brand. And if that's not enough Rolex normalcy for you, you can now reportedly order either the Steel Jubilee or Oyster bracelet directly from your local authorized dealer, just like in the good old days. No need for LSD-infused dials or left-handed crowns. Just give us simple options like choosing between a 3 or 5-link bracelet on a gray and black tool watch, and we'll be ecstatic. Consider the updates to the day date this year. While nothing here is groundbreaking, each iteration looks fantastic. The ombre dial in rose gold adds a lovely touch, while the mother-of-pearl dial with diamond markers exudes elegance without being overly conspicuous. This year's Sky Dwellers may not seem entirely new, but that's just how Rolex operates. The Submariner remains unchanged, as it should, and the Deepsea, now detached from the Sea Dweller moniker, comes in a familiar yellow, gold, and blue combination, with the notable addition of a ceramic compression ring in the ring lock, making it less susceptible to extreme temperature changes. This, too, is typical of Rolex. Meanwhile, Rolex maintains its traditional approach with its dress watches, although not to the extent seen in the 1970s. The new Platinum 1908 with its icy blue dial exudes sophistication, while the Daytona receives a stylish mother-of-pearl treatment playfully dubbed the Pearl Panda. These releases, while original, are not overly playful, just the right amount of creativity for Rolex. In summary, Rolex seems to enjoy surprising us every year. Despite the speculation among fans about potential releases like a Coke GMT Master II or another quirky day date, Rolex consistently delivers relatively reserved releases that may not make waves, but are undoubtedly well received. Did we expect this from Rolex? Certainly not. But we must acknowledge that this release was executed perfectly. However, traders seeking substantial profits in the luxury watch market may trigger another frenzy under certain conditions. We welcome your thoughts on the topics discussed in this video. If you found our insights valuable, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Show your support by giving this video a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to our channel for more engaging and informative content like this. Thank you for tuning into Capital Luxury, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.